Hey guys. Okay, so I'm actually going to, this time around, what I've been called here to do is I'm actually going to do a collective, his and her, well, how do you say that? A collective you and them reading, okay? Because that's what has been laying on me. I'm gonna try to not make this one as long as I usually are. So still be like an hour. Let's just get real. So I'm going to, I got so excited to do this reading, I didn't even pull the cards out. So I'm actually going to use these two apparently. We're going to use this here for the feminine energies, whatever you resonate with, guys. And then this here for the masculine energies. Whatever you resonate means if you feel like you're more in the feminine field or feminine energies as this moment right now, this is for you. If you feel like you're in the masculine energies, then that is for you, whichever side in this connection you feel you more resonate with. Okie dokie, so let's get started. So sometimes these flip. You know, sometimes you may feel you're in one energy and you're in another. Anyway, so just take how it resonates for you. This is a general reading, guys. This message is not going to resonate for everybody. It might only resonate for one person. And that's perfectly fine because that one person needs to get this message. They're going to get it. And they're going to get it from me, apparently. So, well, good grief. Come on now. These cards are new. These right here. This is the Radiant Tarot. And they're very stiff and they're really hard to shuffle. Good grief. Really hard to shuffle. I don't know why. They always do that. I've had them for a little while. Maybe like a month or two. Okay. So we're going to do feminine energies on the left and masculine on the right. That's the way it always should be. And we're going to start with the feminine energy. So I'm going to put the masculine over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, like I usually do here, thoughts, feelings, and actions on both sides, and then connecting energies down the middle, which I'm going to just get oracles for that, apparently. And, yeah, and we're going to go from there, okay? We're also going to get some message cards, too, and I'm going to do that after I read, so. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to start right here. We got the King of Cups. This apparently deck wanted to talk to us today. So for the feminine, I'm just going to say feminine. I'm not going to say you. I'm not going to say them. I'm going to try not to anyways, maybe out of habit, but I'm going to try to say feminine energies. We have in their thoughts as the King of Cups. What about the feminine energy as far as their thoughts? Okay. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay. Figuring this out now. I already know what's going on here. The Ace of Swords in reverse. This might be a continuation of some sort from the reading from the other day. I'm actually only going to do 3 per pile. So can I have 3 cards, please, for their feelings? Their feelings. What are their feelings here? So we have the Moon in reverse. Their feelings. What are their feelings? Okay. The Chariot in reverse. Guys, these energies here are so similar to my reading I did the other day. If you didn't watch it, you need to go watch it because I feel like that was the Divine Feminine Collective reading. Okay, so I guess we're going to take both of these. You have, as the feelings, the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Guys, I'm kind of laughing here about this is because a lot of the same energies is coming out from the reading the other day. Similar cards. What about their actions? What are their actions? Where's their masculine? The Four of Pentacles in reverse, Spirit. Okay. What are their actions? The Hanged Man. What are their actions? The Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy, the Page of Swords. Under that you have the Four of Swords. Okay. So this feminine, she's, bless her heart, she's staying in the same kind of energy to try to be in a good place with what she has on the table from the masculine. Okay, so let's see about the masculine. I did already shuffle these, by the way. I actually started to do a read with just this deck, and then what kept coming out was that I needed to do both, so here we are. So what are the masculine's thoughts? What's the masculine's thoughts about this energy here? Really? That's what we're doing? I'm not gonna take all that. But apparently, maybe he's being a little aggressive here. Okay, we have the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Empress. Wow. Wow. Okay, guys. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. He knows what's happening here. You know what I'm talking about. If this is your reading and you watched the one from the other day, you know what I'm talking about here. He's feeling this for sure. Okay, let's keep going. So what about his feelings? That was in his thoughts, by the way. What about his feelings? Okay. Wow. There's... What about his feelings? Ten of Wands in reverse. Wow. Okay. What about his actions? What are his actions? Wow. Guys, we have Judgment. What are his actions? We have the Seven of Swords. That damn Seven of Swords, guys. What are his actions? Wow. We have the Chariot. Bottom of the deck energy is the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Swords and the Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So let me do the collective energies. I'm sorry, guys. These cards, they don't lay right. I thought about trying to stick them in a book. Try to get them to lay right. They've always been this way. It's super annoying. They were like that when I got them out of the box for some reason. Okay, so for your connecting energies here. Yeah. No? Yes? No? Why are you arguing with me? I'm arguing by myself. You know what? Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So I am going to pull those oracles that I just grabbed for the final advice, but they're actually wanting me to use these. This is interesting. Okay. Sorry, guys. I talk to myself sometimes. Just bear with me. They're wanting me to use these Divine Goddess oracles for the connecting energies. So this is exciting for me. So what is the connecting energies as far as their thoughts go, Spirit? Connecting energies is boundaries. Know when to put up and let down your walls. Connecting energies as far as their feelings go, Spirit. Sacrifice. Oh my gosh, I totally get what's going on here. Connecting energies as far as their actions. Overcoming obstacles. Wow. The bottom of the deck says expansion. Pursue bigger and greater endeavors. I'm going to take that into consideration. Wow. So the connecting energies here has just told me so much about what's happening here. So I think that's where I'm going to start first. And then we're going to move over to your energies here. Actually, they're wanting me to start with your energies first, so I guess we're going to do that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with your bottom of the deck energy here. You have the Page of Swords in reverse with the Four of Swords. And underneath that, you actually have the Five of Wands, which is kind of funny because they have some very similar energies in a way. So with the Page of Swords in reverse, as your overall bottom of the deck energy. Can y'all see all the cards okay? Yeah, okay. So the overall bottom of the deck energy is that I feel like, now, I want you to take into mind that I am just the messenger, okay? I am just the messenger. I am not mean anything by anything. I'm going to send you the messages. I'm going to bring them through exactly like I'm hearing them. I'm so sorry if they're triggering. Maybe you should look at those triggers because that's where you grow from. But I'm bringing these messages straight out, okay? I'm not trying to hurt anybody or upset anybody. We're going to get some advice and stuff. This is the energies that you're in right now, okay? Okay. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this. You have the Page of Swords in reverse and the Four of Swords underneath that. You may be, it's possible, that you may be kind of falling into an extreme on how much you've healed from this situation, okay? Now, what I mean by that is you may be walking around like a peacock right now saying, this connection ain't gonna faze me. I am a peacock and I'm gonna fly away. And you feel as if because of the healing that you have done and what you know to do, that you are in that energy of, you know, the Page of Swords in reverse is a arrogant energy. It's basically saying that you've accomplished something that you have done very well, by the way, at accomplishing, but you're not completely done yet. You're not completely over it yet. And there's some things that I think that you're kind of missing that are in your feelings. I have to say that it's okay to step into this energy of owning this, you know, like, yeah, I've done this work and everything else. It's great. You've come a very long way, but you still have this behind you, okay? This Five of Wands. You still have this, you know, conflict here that's underneath this Four of Swords, which is about deep healing, and this Page of Swords, which is about being a little bit arrogant about that. You still have this there, okay? This is still part of your journey. It's still part of what's going on with this person. You can't just ignore it, okay? You still need to explore it. That rhymed, and I didn't even mean to, but usually when words rhyme, they go together for a reason. So we're going to start here with the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is in your thoughts, is basically telling me that you feel like you have your emotions in control, okay? It's telling me that you feel as if, in your thoughts, okay, you feel as if you have all your emotions in balance, and you're being very patient with yourself, and you're in this great energy, and you understand now what all has happened and took place here. And basically what this is telling me here is that you are learning from the mistakes that you experienced with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and you still have a lack of clarity here with the Ace of Swords in reverse, okay? But you're being able to stand strong in that, and you're being able to still balance your emotions regardless of the lack of clarity that you have. This is in your thoughts. This is what you're thinking right now. So if this is what you're thinking right now about this connection, then you'll know if you resonate with this or not, okay? This is the part that's very similar to the reading I just did the other day about understanding that you have to move on without having clarity from this person. And that you're capable and able to do that, and everything else that we talked about in that reading. And I'm not saying that that reading was, you know, I'm not going back on that reading. That reading was purposeful and meant for you, and that's the energy that you're in. But what I'm saying here is that you maybe there may be still some things there in the backdrop that you're not noticing, or you're trying to like jump forward on, you know, kind of move on. And you feel like you're capable of doing that. But I guess, you know, every time we think that we're healed from something, Spirit's like, no, wait just a minute. There's more to this. Now that you have this new perspective, let me show you the rest. Because now, you know, I've been keeping a bag of this other stuff, but since you didn't have that bigger perspective, you wouldn't understand it. But now that you have that bigger perspective and you get it, I'm gonna show you what else I have in my bag. That's what Spirit does, you know. That's what's happening to you, okay? So now we need to focus on boundaries, apparently, and know when to put up and let down your walls. Now, so immediately from what I got from this is that this is something that both you and your person are working on collectively, but within this separation here, okay, that you're experiencing. This is something that you're working on. And you actually are so confident right now where you are, and so confident in your healing that you say, okay, now I have my boundary. I know where I'm at. But the thing is that you need to make sure that that is a boundary and not a barrier. Okay? That it's just a boundary and not, you're not seeping back into that, I've got to protect myself. I'm going to be in this self-protective mode. You don't want this connection or this experience to harden your heart. The whole idea of it is for it to soften your heart. The whole idea of it is for you to know who you are and what your heart is able to do. You know, what boundary you can have around your heart. When to know when to let somebody in and when to put a boundary around it. Okay? And if you keep heading in the direction that you're going right now and completely dismissing the conflict that is still in the back of your mind that you're still actually thinking about, but you're trying not to, then you're going to end up having a barrier. And the longer that barrier sets into place, the harder it's going to be for if it's not this person, the next person that comes around. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So let's talk about your feelings. You have the Moon in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and the Knight of Cups with the Seven of Wands. This part of your feelings is part of what is deep down inside of there that's trying to find its little way out. That you are trying to move on past. Okay? The Moon in reverse is about that emotions that you're suppressing still. And I feel like you're struggling with how you're supposed to heal from that. I feel like you're kind of in this energy of, I do still have these emotions there, but I just need to put them down. I just need to push them down, get back down in there, emotions. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing here. You're supposed to let those emotions come up. You're supposed to be able to feel those emotions. I feel like you may be, not all of you, but I do feel like some of you may be leading yourself down a darker road than what you need to go down, okay? There needs to be a rainbow at the end of your road. You're going down that dark tunnel where there's an evil witch in a gingerbread house. Not a good one. I feel like you need to be able to know and you need to be able to tell yourself, yeah, you got me. I do. I freaking care about this person so much. And that is there, but you're comfortable with it being there. Not keep repeating to yourself how horrible this person was for you, or whatever they did to you, or whatever they didn't do to you, or whatever it was that you wanted from this person that you didn't get in whatever way. And because they didn't reciprocate that or do that in whatever way, then finally you're like, you know what? I don't have to put up with this, and I'm bailing out. I'm done. I've had enough. You know, that's okay to stand up for yourself and say that and put that barrier up and know when you need to put a barrier up. That's good. That's good for you. But you don't need to so far put that barrier up that you start having these, you know, more angry and negative thoughts. You're gonna get angry. I mean, that's always gonna be there. But when you're putting it in place of those emotions, and those emotions are underneath there, and that anger's on top of there, then that's not a good way to deal with it. You're gonna have to let those emotions come to the surface and just realize that, yes, those emotions are there, and I'm okay with them being there. I understand why they're there, and I want to still move forward here, okay? The Chariot in reverse, it's like you don't understand how to do this, though. When the Chariot comes up in reverse, it's like you're wanting to go somewhere, you know? You want to move on and drive yourself somewhere different, but you don't have the direction to take there. And I feel like you're almost kind of in like a stuck energy at this point, which is causing, again, that anger in that way, and that frustration. So you've moved up because you've realized that you don't have to have clarity from this person, and you can still find balance within yourself. But you've also pushed down a lot of things that you could actually be growing from right now. You have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Wands, which is talking about that challenge and that personal protection. You know, the Knight of Cups is the romance card. It's the romantic offer and gesture and everything else there. And what this is saying to me here is that be very careful when it comes to your feelings and how that goes into play, or how this person affected you in that way. Because like we talked about, if that Seven of Wands pops up, you know, and that personal protection comes up when it comes to everybody that tries to offer you something in the future, then it's not going to play out the way that you want it to play out. You're always going to be finding yourself kind of pushing people away or trying to protect your heart because of the pain you experienced with this person. And you don't want to go through that again. But the problem is that until you actually experience those emotions and know those emotions are there and know how you really truly feel about this person, even though that you might be upset with this person, know that all that is there and still have empathy for them, even though it's hard. That's a sacrifice, okay, on your part. That's a sacrifice on your part. Giving up something now for a future reward. If you can experience those feelings within yourself and have that empathy for this person with whatever situation they're in, you have to try to sit in those thoughts. You have to try to say to yourself, okay, you're right, this person didn't do me in the way that I anticipated or I deserve or I'm worthy of. But they couldn't. I'm not saying that this is an excuse for this person. What I'm saying is that everybody grows in different ways. We've all experienced different things. And what you deserve might not be what this person can give you. You understand? You have to accept that part of it in order to let those emotions like come to the surface, in order to let those emotions feel them, to feel that. That's real. You know, that's real. That's raw. To just cover that up with anger and how much this person did to you and you didn't deserve or didn't, and you know, whatever. Your mind starts to go into a really awful place. About a lot of illusions start taking place, like in the past especially. You'll start to think, well, what if they only did this for this reason? What if they only did that for this reason? What if they were being manipulative? What if they were doing this? What if they were doing that? What if this, and that? Okay? What this is asking you to do is to realize that huge cup of love that you had for this person was there for a reason in the beginning. You know, you're not ignorant to seeing people. There's something in this person that you saw that was good. You know, and you need to also forgive yourself for that sense as well. Because I feel like you might also be on that journey with that anger of, why did I let myself seep into with this person? Why did I fall for this? Why did I let this person manipulate me? Or whatever it is that the illusions that you're trying to tell yourself at this point. There was something in this person that was good that you saw. Do you know why? Because you're good. You're good. And you recognize that within this person. This is the energy of forgiveness. So that you can move forward. So that when this cup of love comes running in for you, whoever that person is in the future, you won't have no wall up there. You'll be able to accept it and be open to it. Not be trying to guess what this person's going to do to you now because you had that experience, bad experience over here. Okay? That's about giving up something now for a future reward. Okay, so let's go on to your actions here. So we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, and the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is your actions, okay? And this is also part of the obstacle here, okay? This person has all this stuff going on too, but theirs is in a whole different way than what yours is. Because you're both learning different lessons. You know, your growth is going to be different than this person's growth at this point. But when you're in that separation stage, you're growing. You're meant to be growing in those, in that alone time, right? Four of Pentacles in reverse. So your actions right now, immediately when I saw this, was about self-protection. It's about trying to protect yourself for something that you're not getting here. The Hangman in reverse is that resistance to not acting in this situation. You're resisting acting in this situation. But this is the forefront of this emotion. We'll get to the back part of that because that's interesting. The Five of Swords here is like, first off, the Five of Swords is conflict. And we talked about that anger that you're carrying at this time. And the hollow victory that you felt in this connection, right? Like you felt like you've invested in this connection and you put a lot of emotion and time and energy and all that stuff into this connection, and it didn't play out in the way that you wanted to, which is something else that came out in that reading the other day. So the backstory of this, the part that you're not seeing here, is you may be actually, because of the actions that you're taking and your mindset of where it's going, you're not being able to have the understanding of the full story, okay? You know your story. You know your story. You can only assume what this person's story is because this person isn't communicating that part to you because you have that lack of clarity there, right? So all you can do is analyze or judge what you feel inside is this person's story. But it's causing you to be in this energy already right off the bat. And you're just like, I'm just going to protect myself. This person was trying to hurt me, like I said. And you're just, you know, it's, the Four of Pentacles is considered a greedier type energy. But now don't hold on just a minute. I'm not saying you're being greedy. This has to do with you're solely focused on your part of this journey and how it's affected you, which is purposeful as well. You need to be able to experience your part of it because you need to understand it in your sense. What Spirit's trying to say is that now it's time. Now it's time for you to understand it in their way, okay? Which is an obstacle for you. Now, the backstory here with the Hangman in reverse is you're resisting right now, currently, having that new perspective. This is about surrender and release if it's upright. Yours is in reverse because it's this, you're stagnant with that. Because you don't want to take any actions. And this isn't actions physically, this has to do with the mind, okay? Physically, you don't want to even think about it. You don't want to think about this person. You just want to go on with your life. You don't want to think about their side, their perspective, their whatever it was. You're over that. You waited too long for that. They didn't give it to you. You're gone. And Spirit is trying to emphasize the fact that this conflict that took place here, there's purpose behind all that, meaning behind all that. And they're wanting you to understand that this person, now that you have developed your story and what you gained from this person has a story. This person has things that they learned, that they gained. This is the obstacle that you need to overcome. Get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations. Okay? You being able to see this person's perspective over what actually took place here and not filling it in with illusions in a negative way. That's the obstacle that you're going to have to overcome. Okay? I'm not trying to play devil's advocate here. I'm trying to get you to be okay in the future. You know, we carry, I don't want this for you to end up being resentment. And it feels like it's headed towards that. And you don't want to resent this person. Like I said, you've seen the light in this person. You know what their heart has deep down. Okay, so let's go to this person. Okay. Actually, I'm going to have to go get me a drink. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I have to get me something. My throat is so dry. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. My throat gets real dry when I keep talking and talking and talking. Okay. Okay, so let's work on your person's. Oh, your person. Your person. Okay. I guarantee you by the time I get done with this reading, you'll have a whole different understanding here what's partaking. So we're going to start with the bottom of the deck energy here. First off, the overall bottom of the deck energy for your person is the Queen of Wands in reverse. That is about lack of confidence. It's about afraid to take a risk. It's about being very, very introverted, okay? Upright, she is very courageous. I mean, look at the smirk on her face. She's got 2 lions there beside her, and she's in flames, okay? It's a whole different story, but in reverse, there's a lack of all that. And I think this is a representation of you and the way that this person sees you. And they do feel that you're courageous, you know? They do feel that you are, I just turned sexy, but they do admire you. They do see a lot in you, okay? Underneath that, you have the 5 of Discs, and the 7 of Cups is under that. Now, when the 7 of Cups comes out, and I guarantee you, I'm just going to go ahead and show you all of this, okay? Wow. Wow. There's a whole story under here, guys. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I can't. I'm just going to do it quickly, like this, as the bottom of the deck, okay? They're afraid to take a risk with you, period. Period. Overall, let's just say that. They're just afraid to take a risk with you. It's not how they see you. It's not because of anything you've done. I feel they're strictly afraid to take a risk here with you. The Tower. Okay? Underneath the Tower, by the way, I have to say, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is about an impatient energy and a restless energy. The Tower. Some kind of chaotic change, abrupt change, or some kind of awakening, okay? That happened in this connection. Something happened here where your person was like waking up to something different, a different perspective, a different aspect to this connection. Queen of Swords. This had to pertain to some communication or some wisdom that maybe you shared with them, or communication that you shared with them. Something pertaining to that. They felt that Tower moment happen. This was a setback, okay? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It caused this connection to have unexpected setback for not only this connection, but this person. Of the Two of Cups. Partnership. Then you have the Ten of Swords. Painful separation, loss, heartbreak. Some kind of betrayal of some sort. I don't feel like you betrayed this person. Just like you have to remember with having empathy here is all the illusions that you're having about this person. Who's to say this person's not having those same illusions with you, you know? But they're feeling this loss here tremendously. Ow, kitty. And then you have the Seven of Cups in reverse, which is being way overwhelmed, completely overwhelmed, having choices there, but you have fear over choosing the wrong thing, so you just don't choose it all. There's too many there, and it's just overwhelming for you. And you have the Five of Disc, which is a very, very helpless energy. You know, the Five of Pentacles in reverse talks about there being in a victimhood state as well. And I want to say, this person may feel as if they have no capability to do anything in this connection. And being in a victimhood state is basically saying that you feel as if you have no way out of it. You feel as if there's nothing you can do about it, when really there is. But you're just down kind of in this like poor pitiful me kind of attitude, right? To where, y'all know what I'm talking about. You get down in that way. You know, we do that to ourselves from time to time. We start thinking, why is this way? Why does this always happen? Why does this always happen to me? You know, even if it's something small. And that's that attitude. That's what this person's feeling. They're stuck in this attitude here, and they feel helpless to be able to make any kind of decision or move in any kind of way. And they're afraid. They're afraid to take any kind of risk. They don't know. They don't know what to do. But let's talk about their thoughts, okay? You have the Page of Wands in reverse. That's anguish. Your thoughts creating anguish for yourself. You know, it's so funny to me. Your person's in this energy with their thoughts. You're in one way and they're in the opposite. They're learning how to actually let down their walls. You're learning what walls to put up. Isn't that crazy? That's why I thought these were so awesome to use as the connecting energies, because it says so much about what's going on in this connection. This Page of Wands here is about, they feel as if they're limited to be able to take any kind of action here, okay? And it's causing them anguish. It's causing them pain. That they feel like they can't move. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Two things I get from that. One of them is that they feel you pulling away from them. They don't feel the love like they used to with you. They obviously can see that. They see that. The other thing is that those emotions that they're suppressing, and I feel like they've been suppressing these emotions for a very long time. There's whole plant that's growing in this, and it's overflowing the water. That's the whole point, though, is that your person's suppressing these emotions because over this whole period of time, there was growth there, though, in doing that. There was a new understanding, whether they figured it out yet or not, about boundaries and letting your walls down. See, what I'm afraid of here for you guys is that you're going to actually push yourself into this energy of this person who's had their walls up for so long. Big, heavy, thick walls, right? You had your walls down with this person for a reason. There was something you needed to learn there. You've kind of figured that out. You're moving in the right direction. This person. You also have the Empress here on their side as their thoughts. To have the Empress as their thoughts when it comes to you in this connection goes to show you exactly how this person sees you and thinks about you. They have the Empress here for their thoughts about you. The Empress is all the queens. She's all the queens. She's also the divine feminine, by the way. She's abundant. She has absolutely everything. She's compassionate. She's healing. She's everything. She's everything. She's courageous. She is passionate. She's compassionate. Did I already say that? She's absolutely everything. It's a very warm, motherly type energy, and she has absolutely everything that she needs right there. She has no lack of, right? This is endgame. The Empress is endgame. It's how your person sees you, by the way. This is their thoughts about you. But they're learning about these boundaries. They're learning about how to let down boundaries because they know what they did. They know that they've pushed you completely away. That's the lesson they're learning here when it comes to their thoughts. You know, those flames there are like a wall that they're standing behind. Nobody can get past that. They recognize that you've grown. You know, they know that you've grown past. I just heard their behavior, their ways. So let's go ahead and start talking about their emotions, okay? This person, guys, and their emotions, they just feel stuck. They do. They just feel completely stuck when it comes to their emotions. They feel like their emotions have become very difficult for them to deal with. And because they haven't dealt with stuff in so long, they're actually becoming more cold when it comes to their emotions. They don't have the hope that they once did. For emotions here to not have, they don't have any cups. It's just one pentacle, a sword, and 10 wands. And the funny part about it is, in this whole thing right here, is he's holding a tiny ball of fire. So it's almost like this person's like starting to open up to something. And here on the end of his sword is a little butterfly, which is about that transformation that's taking place. So I want to say that with the energy that you're putting out towards this person, it's almost like they are starting to open up their heart a little bit, because all of these wands here that he's holding is like that wall that he's been carrying around, right? And look at his face. He's not happy about that. He's miserable. And it's like that wall that your person's put up around their thoughts. I mean, around their, oh yeah, and around their feelings. They haven't given you clarity in this situation. I feel one reason from that is because they don't know. This person has no clue. He's looking at this map here like, I don't even know what to do with this. What do I do with this little ball of fire here? Where am I supposed to put this little ball of fire? I have no idea. Not a clue. Stuck energy. It's like they have in their feelings, it's like they have this feeling that they want to offer something, but they're stuck with that. That's as far as it goes. You know? Because they feel like it's too difficult for them to face, to communicate. They don't quite understand yet. And I know you looking at that going, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that doesn't make sense. How can you not just tell somebody? Well, that's because you're very good at that. You're very good at that. You knew how to just approach this person, talk to this person, tell this person what you felt, right? This person's not like that. They're different. And this is part of what I'm talking about with this empathy here that you need to kind of understand here, is that this person doesn't know how. They don't have a clue. They don't know. They feel things, but they don't know how to express these things. I just described this in a personal reading the other day, and it feels the same energy here. When the King of Swords comes up in reverse, it's like this person is a good communicator, but they don't know how to communicate their feelings. So when they go to communicate feelings, it comes across as being very cold. It doesn't come across as being something that is heartfelt at all. And so sometimes that gets misinterpreted. But that's not what this person's like initially meaning. That's not what's coming. That's just, they don't know how to express it. And this usually happens when you grow up in a household where you suppress a lot of emotions. Your emotions aren't really talked about, which happens a lot. You know, kids kind of grow up to hear things like suck it up, or don't cry, especially for men for some reason. Men, I guess babies or kids, you're not supposed to cry. I have 3 boys, and I'm going to tell you they cry all the time. And I let them. I've grown to just let them cry and get those emotions out. Because it's not fair. Especially it's not fair for someone that's learning how to deal with things, you know. Kids are like, just like us, we still are learning how to deal with our emotions, but they have much bigger emotions because they're brand new and they're experiencing a lot of them for the first times. And when this person maybe was younger, or when they were growing up in their household, they weren't able to express that. And so they were more taught how to suppress those emotions. So then whenever those emotions do come up and they go to express them, they're expressed in a cold way. They're expressed more of a logical sense, clearly and logically, you know, instead of heartfelt and emotional. And, you know, this person may be aware of that. And it may be something that they may be working on, but they do feel like this is very difficult dealing with the emotions that they do have here. And being able to change that, I think, is part of their sacrifice. giving up something now for a future reward. You know, they probably hold those feelings really, really tight, close to their self, because they're in that heavy protective mode. They're in that they do not want anything to hurt them or hurt their heart. They maybe experienced a lot of betrayal or pain in the past, and they don't want to feel that way. So they've been carrying around all these wands, putting up that wall around them every time they meet someone or feel like they start to have feelings. They get these wands down and they build them up around themselves, and they're like, okay, I'm good. We can continue now. You understand what I'm saying? So they're learning how to give that up. They're learning how to sacrifice their heart in a way, you know? They're learning how to say, okay, I need to actually open my heart here. I need to actually be able to open my heart up to people. That's what it's about. It's not about all the crap that we accumulate over lifetimes. It's not about all the material stuff that we build up or whatever. I'm not saying none of that stuff is needed or good, but it's not really so much about all that. Life is not about that. Life is about connections. You know? Families, friends, love. And this person hasn't been in that energy. So when these come up and you're asking for this person to show you that, they literally don't know how to do it in the way that you know how to do it. But they have to learn how to sacrifice that and be able to open their heart up to give you something, or to give anybody something. Okay. Basically, what I meant by that is, if your person's opening their heart up to a chance of taking a chance, you know, they're afraid to take a risk here. If they open themselves up to actually taking a chance, then it leaves them ready for a future reward, some kind of reward in the future from that. And the reward is what you get from that love that you express. Okay. So let's get down to their actions, because this is very interesting. Very interesting. You have Judgment, the Seven of Swords, and the Chariot, all upright. Okay? Connecting energy is obstacles, overcoming obstacles. Okay. Your person with Judgment is having some kind of wake-up call. This, whatever you've done here, what energy you've pulled back, or whatever it was in this connection, has made this person have a wake-up call. And it's almost like this person is having to wake up to the idea of what they've done here, how they've kind of buried themselves. You see, this is a coffin here that this cat's sitting in. You know, cats are about intuition, right, honey? Ruby? And they're supposed to be very intuitive, you know? And the coffin here, which is like death. Death is about transformation. And we saw that here with this little bit of butterfly. So transforming. This person, I feel like, is trying to find peace in the transformation that they're making here. Whatever this idea, thought that they woke up to here, of their own ways, I feel. Of their own way of how they've burdened their own self, buried their own self. It's like they're waking up to that now. And they're transforming here. This is their actions. Transformation and a wake-up call. This is interesting, guys. This Seven of Swords here, look at it. I mean, crazy to me. This one sword is right here on one side, and he already has 6 swords here. The 6 swords, 6 of swords is about moving into calmer waters, right? Releasing baggage, transitioning. I feel like this person's wanting to knows that in order to transition, in order to move forward in this connection, they're going to have to bring some kind of clarity here. You have one sword. The Ace of Swords is about clarity. And they're scared to death. They're still in the dark about how they're going to actually do this. But they have the Chariot here, guys. Somehow or another, I feel like this person's going to find some kind of strength. Because the Chariot is about having the willpower to go. The thing that I want to note, though, is that in this Chariot, these horses aren't moving. And one's looking down and one's looking up. Even though the guy that's here is looking straight ahead. So what that's telling me here is that out of this wake-up call, this person's maybe nervous and scared over the fact that they have to bring up this new idea or this clarity here, bring clarity to this situation in order to have calmer waters, right? And they're going to do that. They're willing to do that. They want to do that. They don't know yet which direction they're going to take. But they're in there. They're ready. Okay? Overcoming obstacles. Get back on your feet. Gain strength from difficult situations. That's what they're doing here. They're trying to gain their strength. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some message cards from both of you. And then I'm also going to get some, the Eye of Zen to see what the future is going into this, okay? Okay. Oh, and I want to get you guys some advice. Oh, I was supposed to use these for that. Let me go ahead and do that part first. No. Message cards first. I'm going to use these. Am I going to use these? Yes. Okay. These are the Hidden Truth Oracles. I'm going to do them from you first. I wish I could take back my words. See, you're in this energy of starting to regret things. You don't need to do that. You don't need to have those regrets. You don't need to, don't go there. Oh, well, I wanted to come out. I feel you even though we're apart. See, this is part of the thoughts that you're not wanting to, that you're trying to push down. Can't do that. Can't feel that. Nope. Nuh-uh. Get back down in there. You're mad, remember? You're upset with this. You deserve more than this. It's okay. It's okay that you're feeling that way. I hid who I really am from you. So if you've been around this person if you've been in any way, shape, or form, you may be really expressing yourself as that arrogant energy when it comes to healing. Like you may be really expressing yourself as someone that is very much capable of moving on past this. You don't want to see them. You don't want them to see you. Because you don't want them to feel like they got something over you, right? So you're trying to be okay. You're trying to be okay. And you don't want nobody to see anything else. We will be together again. See, that's the thing with you. You still have this little thing in the back of your mind where there's that, what I always say, like that little light that you left on back there. You know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. That little light in there. Like when you think about this person and you think about them coming to you and you think, boy, if this person comes to me, I don't think that I would take them back. I don't think that I would go for it. But then that little bitty light back there in the back of your mind's like, but would you? Really? That's that lot. That's that idea. What would this person say? What would this person say? Oh my gosh, look at that. I love you. What would this person... All right, this person wants to talk now. Just being near you is intoxicating. Yeah, and I feel like they don't know how to handle that. When it comes to the emotional part of it, they don't know how to handle that. Oh my gosh, you are the best thing in my life. Oh man, that was a hard one. Okay, what else? Oh my gosh, look at that. I replay our conversations over and over. That goes to show you this person is definitely feeling that energy of you leaving them behind. Okay, so let's see what the connecting energies thoughts would be. As far as the thoughts, what are the connecting thoughts? What are they both thinking? What's the connecting thoughts? You came closer than anyone. I feel like you do both feel that way. And that's right on top of boundaries. Isn't that wild? Because I feel like you both felt this way. You both felt, even though this person didn't show it, and maybe you more so, you both had that feeling of with those boundaries. Okay, so, okay. I didn't even ask. There it is. I left when I saw you with someone. So you both may have... Oh my goodness, I just got something from that. This person maybe thought you were with someone else, and you maybe thought this person was with someone else, and you both had this idea of, well, I have to sacrifice. That's a sacrifice because I can't be with this person. That's a conversation that needs to be had there. There's a lot of assumptions that go on in that energy. Okay, so what about overcoming obstacles? What's overcoming obstacles for the two of them and their actions? I know that I crossed the line with you. Overcoming obstacles. Yeah. Isn't that weird? Makes sense. Yeah. That's the way that you both feel. Like, I feel like you have this understanding that you know that you were asking for more from this person. Wow, I saw 333 when I was talking, and I looked over. When I looked up, I just saw 333. 333 means body, mind, and spirit. Don't neglect one for the other. This is the energy I got from you and how you're kind of handling this. Okay. But I know they crossed the line with you. Yeah, this person knows that they weren't giving to you. They know how they were acting compared to how you were acting. Actually, you might have actually blew this person away. Like, how is this person so open to me about everything? Like, they don't understand that because they're not that way. The bottom of the deck does say I lost myself for a little while, and I feel like you both were feeling that for sure. So I'm gonna get some advice with these for you and them, and then we'll close it out. What do you think, kitty? I don't even know if y'all can see my cat on the camera, can you? I don't think you can, so I've just been sitting here talking to nobody. And she's sitting right here staring at me. She's on the table. She looked at me like, yeah, lady, you take up the whole daggum table. How are they supposed to see me? Okay. This is the Follow Your Heart oracles, I believe is what it's called. So what advice do you have for just the Divine Feminine over here? What advice do you have for the Divine Feminine Spirit? What advice do you have for the Divine Feminine Spirit? Oh, I said I was going to get some eyes in. That's why it's like, no, that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. My bad. Okay, so let's get some to see what the, we're gonna just take a look here and see, kitty. We're just gonna take a look here and see what the future energies of this connection are. I always like to do that before I just close out a reading. Just to see, because this person, there is gonna be, I feel like there's going to be movement here, or they're thinking about some kind of judgment here. Thinking about thinking about it. But if they do, it's going to come in a very strategic way, okay? They're not just going to put themselves out there. They're not there yet. They're not. Their heart's just like, the door is cracked, right? It's not open. So what's the future of this connection? What's going to happen next in this connection? What's going to happen next in this connection, please? Maybe they don't want you to know. What's going to happen next in this connection? I don't think any, oh, wow. I was just fixing to say, I don't think anything's going to come out, and look at that. Love. Feelings are real and true. A connection between lovers, a feeling of complete emotional happiness. What's going to happen next in this connection? Hope. All is not lost. A positive, favorable outcome is still possible. What's going to happen next in this connection? Okay. Well, I guess we'll take those two. Wow. You have letter and ex-partner came out together. Okay, so I want you to say, before everybody gets all riled up here with ex-partner, we don't really like seeing that. It does say on here that this could be just an unfinished love connection. So I want y'all to take that into consideration. Also, I have to point out the fact that, because it came up in the middle here, is y'all both thinking that y'all had someone else or something else. It says that they're reaching out to communicate. News messages are coming soon. It's very possible you might actually hear from them about an ex, or hear from an ex, okay? Something to do with that. Only take that if it resonates for your situation. What I'm getting here mostly from this is that this is this person, this unfinished connection, because you have love here. And then this. So let's get one more. One more. What's going to happen next in this connection? Control. So there's still going to be a sense of control here, I feel like, from both of you. Hold on, they're telling me something else. That's not what they're saying. I feel like you both are going to have, you have very soon on the bottom of the deck, obsessions, crossroads, deception, new love. I feel like the both of you are going to have wanting to take control over your destiny in this whole thing. I'm gonna get, before I go into advice real quick, I just want to get a clarifier for that. What's control here, Spirit? What's control? Self-love. Yeah. So I feel like, well, hold on. I want to get one for ex-partner. Why is ex-partner here? Might as well, since I have them out. Well, that flew right out. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Wow. There's something pertaining to an ex-partner here. I think this person's wanting forgiveness. Something to do, I'm telling you, for some of y'all out there, if you know that this person was in a connection with someone else or something like that, you may have felt like this person left you for that person, or this person went back to them, or whatever it was. I feel like there's something there that you don't know about. And they know that, like this Seven of Swords here, they know they have to bring you this. They know they need to. And they may be actually asking for forgiveness, or communicating to you and asking for forgiveness because of this situation of some sorts. With this control and this self-love coming out, it's like you and this person are understanding self-love and how to control how this situation is supposed to work, okay? Like how to control how the situation between you and them is supposed to be reverting back to self, learning about self-love. Okay, now I'm gonna get some advice. And this cat, it just literally took over my whole table. Can I have some advice for the divine blah, 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 blah. Can I have some advice, please, Ruby? For the divine feminine. Advice for the feminine, please. Okay. Remember your true self. Yeah. See how she has this mask on here? It's the number 20, which is about judgment. Make sure that you stay true to what you've learned in yourself here. Don't do that where you go back into that resentment state. You start building up anger towards this person in any way, shape, or form. Try not to. It's okay to like get that out when you feel it, but don't start layering it. Don't start building on that. Okay? That's not what you're supposed to be learning about here. What else? For the divine feminine. Okay, so we have, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to move her over a little bit at least. She's done messed up all my cards. Good grief. Look inward to be happy. Yeah, and this is the number 35, which adds up to number 8, which is about progression. Remember all the progress that you've made, okay? When you start looking outward again, if that happens to you, where you start looking outward to be happy, remember all that progress that you have made. Try to bring yourself back into balance. I have no idea what this cat is doing. And look inward to be happy, okay? And then we also have, remember your perfection. Wow, the number 9. It's alignment. So they're wanting you to remember, and the color yellow, which is connected to the Empress. So is red, but they're wanting you to remember this, okay? Remember that, sorry, I couldn't get that over there. Remember your perfection. Remember that you are all the things that you've been through and how you've accomplished and conquered. Really, kitty? Come on, baby. You gotta get down. How you've accomplished and conquered so much in this connection. This is just a nightmare. I mean, isn't this a nightmare? Guys, this is just killing me. It's just gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to move some stuff. Sorry. What the heck did I do with these? I'm all over the place over here. This cat has got me completely all over the place. Good grief. She's still a kitten, so she's learning. But just remember how far you've come when you start feeling any kind of certain way towards this person, towards yourself, whatever it is. Just remember your journey. Remember how far you have came on this journey and what all you went through and those obstacles that you went through and how you overcame those obstacles and the good things that you learned about yourself, you know, how you learned to love yourself, how you learned that the things that you went through, the things that happened to you, how they worked for you and to develop you into who you are. All that stuff. Don't ever forget any of that stuff, okay? Now, I'm going to pull some advice for your person here as well, but I got to clear out all these because they're everywhere. Need some space. Okay, I'm going to leave their stuff out. So you have, remember your true self, look inward to be happy, and remember your perfectionism, or your perfection. So let's go to your person. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place. Cat got me all kinds of tore up here. Unleash your purpose. This is the number 31, which actually adds up to number 4, which is the Emperor, which is the divine masculine energy. So remember your purpose. This person is still discovering things within themselves. They're still learning, they're still growing. Of course, we all are, but this person is still discovering things solely within themselves and what their actual purpose is, what they're meant to be doing, what they're supposed to be doing. I feel like this person does have a lot of responsibilities as far as their self, you know, as far as coming into what they want to do. And this is just something that is added to it, but it's meant to be there to help them to figure that out. The number 4 is also that foundation. So it's like your person needs to really focus on that foundation, learn from that foundation, learn how to build that foundation. You know, not only what they have, but what they want. Okay, what else? What else for the divine masculine energies? Wow. Surrender and be at peace. The number 30, which is number 3, which is about growth. Surrender and be at peace. You remember how I said here that this person's trying to find their peace with the part that they've awakened to of themselves? That's the energy I'm feeling of this card. They're trying to. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, well, they get 2, apparently. Forgive the unforgivable. This is the number 40 or adds up to 8, which is about progression and action. There's something I'm telling you in this person's past that they haven't forgotten. They haven't forgave. Whatever it was. Honestly, I feel like it's themselves. Something big that they have done in their past, they have yet to forgive themselves for. And it's affected the way that they've seen themselves. And in order for them to be able to make progress and move forward, they have to be able to forgive themselves. The other thing that flew out here was love is what you are, which is something that they're learning. I also feel like this is somehow, I feel like they see you in this way as well. You know, she's standing on that pedestal. And it's the number 10, which is the completion. Or the number 8, which is again about progress, mastering something in action. Love is what you are. See, they're still learning about love. They're still learning about how to figure out what love is and how to express it. This is the number 40, which says whispers of your soul. And I think it's funny that this is here because I did mention you being like a peacock. Do you remember? So I just wanted to show you all that. I thought that was funny. It is the number 4, which is about that foundation that I feel like you and this person still have a foundation there. I feel like you're both just having to do some growing at this point in time. There's things and lessons that you also both need to learn. When you're in a connection like this, that's just what it's about. Learning things about yourself. You do that in every connection. But you're learning those lessons that always come back to your self-love. You're starting to learn who you are, really, like authentically, without all that other chaos and trauma and conditioning and all the other stuff that's in the way, that's there. You're learning from within. This person's just helping you along that way. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna leave you there. Sorry, it got kind of chaotic there at the end. That cat, she's crazy sometimes. She's been crazy today. Anyway, so I hope that y'all got something out of this. I hope that y'all have like maybe a different way of approaching the situation so that you kind of can prevent something that's not necessary. This person, guys, is just, you know, they can't offer you their cup. They do feel that, but it's in their thoughts. It's not in their emotions, which means they can't offer it to you because they don't understand it. They don't have clarity or a capable of expressing it. Okay? Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. Hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated and made sense. I hope that it brought you some kind of clarity. If it didn't, and then this message was not meant for you, just click off or whatever it is you have to do. But this message here is meant for someone to hear. So I hope it does arrive and get to that person that needs it. And yeah, and thank y'all very much for all your comments and the subscriptions and likes and all that kind of stuff. I love listening. I don't always get back to them because I'm super freaking busy all the time. But I hope that y'all know that I appreciate all the comments and stuff. Even the long ones. I do not mind at all. I'm long with stuff myself. I mean, look at my readings. So I totally get it. But anyway, so special thanks to everybody. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you again. Thanks.